Well, sometimes. Yes, of course. And I love the fact that, you put your stem ginger in it and all of that.
I'm not sure whether it had a lid, but it belonged to my mother-in-law. So that's the way I bought it away from her when she died. The other things that I got is a ginger bowl, which I think in the old days people would put their crystallized ginger in. It's Chinese. Still in a good state, but again that wouldn't fetch more than about £30-40, but sentimental value, so that's okay. And then I had another little, like a miniature teapot and a little bowl, which is Japanese with all the Japanese designs on it, and that actually probably would, I think he said, probably wouldn't fetch any more than £30-40. But again, it was something handed down to me by my mum, and it's just a nice little memento. So that was that. Then I had another little, well, first of all I had a jug. It looks good. It's a pint jug, and my husband, who was a diver, got it from the bottom of the sea, buried in the sand at the near the wreck of the Papa Nui that's here in the harbour, and he said that probably was a water jug, may have been one of 6 in when they were sailing. And again, interesting because it's come from the bottom of the sea. Not worth a great deal, but interesting historically.
Well, it's a nice pot, but it's not worth much. Probably £30. That's all. That's Japanese. Does it say made in Japan? No, but it is porcelain, and it's in nice condition. So
this was my mother-in-law. That was my mother.
Sometimes they have sake in this. You have Japanese rice wine in these sort of pots, and they slightly heat the rice wine and then pour it into a bowl, and you drink your wine.
And he says that it looks as if it might have been a buckle, which could have been for a lady, which you could put a ribbon or something through and fasten it. So that was that. And then, of course, the other interesting thing I brought, it's hard to describe, but it's like 5 or 6 little silver circular things with a hairpin fastened to each one. And he feels it's probably a hair ornament, or it might have been a special holding ornament for a wedding veil. Now, I found it in the house that I currently live in. The house it's a very old house, my house, which goes back to 1826, and we found it when we moved in 1972, and the person who owned it before was actually Hungarian. So Tim thinks that this might well have been a little relic that she brought and just happened to leave in the house. So that was that. And the last thing I have to say I brought, which was interesting, and that is my husband's grandfather's American Civil War medal. Now, grandfather flag actually fought in the American Civil War in the 1800s, and I think he must have been a boy soldier, but then after the war was over, was that 1865 or whenever, and he came on a whaling ship here to St. Helena, jumped ship, came ashore, loved it, stayed, married a St. Helena lady, and hence my husband's family. Now Tim was very interested in that, and he said, well, he's not an expert on American medals, but they've filmed it, they've taken all the details of it, and he's going to get back to me and give me an idea of what it could be worth if it ever went for sale. It won't, but it'll be nice to know how much it is worth. Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think he, he's obviously a celebrity. We watch him on television. I'm sometimes sitting in bed and watching his bargain hunt program. He asked me before if am I doing the big kip like he does at the end of the program. But I did say to him, which he probably didn't really remember, but I had met him when he was here about 12 years ago. I was at a supper party with a friend, and he popped in to see her. So we had a very brief hello. I don't think he really remembered. He's met thousands and thousands of people since then. But I think he's a very interesting, learned person, and it's great to talk to him. He's very down to earth, and it's marvelous that he's here in St. Helena.